Welcome everybody to another Branded Film and Media podcast here at the Branded Film and Media Studio on Main Street on Decatur Town Square here in Decatur, Texas. This is a great show today. This is a very special show. We've got Wise Choice Custom Meats in the house. We have Lynn and Josh Crawford here joining us today. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot of cool things coming up. And I just got to say, how about that intro there?
Yeah.
That intro, special shout out to Gage Rieger for putting that together. How do you feel about that, Mom?
It makes me want to cry. I think that's incredible that he played it and recorded it in his room today, and then emailed it to me. Michael is savvy enough to get it on there as the intro, so it's pretty special. It's pretty great.
I love that. Good. Thanks, Gage, for doing that. That was really awesome.
They know, Gage. Hey, Lynn, we need to see your hat. Tilt it back, or tilt your headphones back a little.
We got to make sure we see that.
Need to see what?
There it is.
There you go.
Or just get comfortable. It doesn't really matter. All right.
So we've talked about this for a while. Welcome to the podcast, Lynn and Josh.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Love you so much. Do y'all want to give a quick summary? It doesn't have to be quick. What do you do, and how did you end up in Decatur, Texas?
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Who's going to talk about that?
Well, we can't really. I would say that the way we ended up here is we were coming from upstate New York, looking for cowboy country.
Yeah.
We wanted to be in the heart of cowboy country, and this is it right here. We came down here about 5 years ago to start the business. Josh and our other son Travis were actually the head of what we wanted to get started. So they're actually the owners of the place, and they do the business.
Awesome. And
so Josh, what was your first thought? Like, when did they tell you, hey, do you want to move to Texas? We're moving to Texas. Like, how did that conversation happen?
So I guess me and my brother were just kind of talking one day, and he called my bluff for the most part. Like, he was like, hey, I was telling him a little bit about some goats that we had up north and what we were doing, and he got doing some research and everything, and he was like, hey, I think we can make some money in this whole, meat industry like that. And I said, all right. I said, well, you buy a piece of property, and I'll come down, and we'll start running goats and cattle and whatever like that. And he bought a piece of property, and here we are. Right?
He pulled a big brother on you.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And he bought a piece of property, and 3 or 4 months later, I basically packed everything up, 90 head of goats, and my family and all our belongings, and headed to Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's incredible. That takes courage. And man, that's really awesome. Love to hear that.
Yeah. And so you started Wise Choice Custom Meats. How did that name come about? Like, who was involved in the conversation? Do you even remember?
It was a hard pull, really, because we threw around a lot of different stuff, and then just one day it kind of come and it stuck. And
yeah, actually, wasn't it Walter?
Yeah,
that kind of gave us the.
Yeah, I think it was really.
Yeah, that kind of gave us the marketing kind of aspect of that Wise County.
Yeah, I mean, smart move. It's the Wise Choice. It's Wise County. You're not from here, but you knew it was going to be the choice for meat.
Exactly.
You knew it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool.
Well, tell me how it was getting settled in, like being, quote unquote, the new kids on the block. Like, what was that? What was that like? I'm curious, being from, New York and then coming down to Decatur, Texas. What was that like?
I mean, everybody knows about New York City. Like, right. If you don't ever leave your town, you find out about New York City through history class, whatever it might be. So the whole state, what people don't understand is there is a whole state of agricultural industry when you get about 2.5 hours north of the city. It's all dairy country. It's all beef cattle, horse farms, race horses, whatever you want to do there. So it was a little bit rough on us, at least for me, because, we've dealt in cattle, we've dealt in goats, but everybody thinks that, we had a Manhattan apartment and the change was so different, and it's really not. I mean, our little hometown has one stoplight in it and a couple of gas stations and a pizzeria, like in the post
What's
office.
the name of that town?
Newborough in New York.
Yes. And what's the other Oneonta?
Oneonta.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Lynn, so you are like the meat. Well, you are also the meat professional now. But
yeah, no.
You have been in this industry a long time. So how did you get started and why are you so good at it?
I think a lot of it is just wanting to do, having, I got started by my brother-in-law's father-in-law owned a small grocery store in our hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped my dairy business on a Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning I was working for him.
Wow.
I've never had a hard time finding work, and I went from his shop to big grocery chains, went around, helped set their shops up, showed them, and brought that aspect of it with us down here. And if you can do it for somebody else, you can do it for yourself. You just got to have the want to, the know-how, and just and it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's consistent.
It's a lot of hours. It's a lot. You give up a lot. I have to thank my wife. She let me come down here for like a year and a half by myself, and travel back and forth. I've spent maybe 2 months out of the shop after we got it started. And then when I came back here, we went for it. And
wow. And you just knew it was going to work.
And you knew it was going to work.
Yeah, you knew what it took to make it work up there.
Exactly.
And you're just going to do it down here.
Right.
And you did. You did. And I think one of the biggest differences is it's an experience. Anyone can go shop at a grocery store. Anyone can go shop at Walmart. And, we're not going to dog anyone, but when you go into Wise Choice Custom Meats, it's a conversation. They know your name. They can ask about your family. You'll see people that you know there. It's not one of these, hey, I'm going to run in and out of the butcher. It's a good 45 minutes, but it's fulfilling and it's enriching and it's fun and it's full of love. And so it definitely makes a difference.
And I mean, that's what Dad's always preached to us is, take care of your customers and they'll take care of you. At the end of the day, if you serve a good product and you have great customer service, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we talk about that often here, and we've talked about it on our show before. And when we talk about it with what we do for our customers and our clients, but it's a universal thing, and you guys have really tapped into that. It's caring about what you do and caring about who you do it for. And so I appreciate what you guys are doing here in the community. It's awesome. It's been great to see over the past few years, but now getting to know you guys closer on a different level has just opened it up to even a cooler, even a better standpoint, perspective from me.
Oh, for sure. I know they just became like family. It's hard for me to even remember what my life was like without the Crawfords, because Dot Shannon gets total credit for it.
Exactly.
For me.
Yeah,
she saw me in Walmart, and I had the grass-fed ground beef in my cart, and she said, "What are you doing buying your meat here? Have you not been up to Wise Choice Custom Meats?" And I said, "No, I haven't." She goes, "Go up there. You'll never shop anywhere else. I've already told them what you do. It's the perfect match. You have to work together." So I went in, and sure enough, I just started buying my meat there, having conversations. I didn't tell either of you what I did, or Travis, ever.
I didn't know anything of it until Trav was like, "Oh yeah, we've got Marie running our social media," and I'm like, "Who's Marie?"
Yeah.
But in all honesty, we doubled our business as soon as she took.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Easily.
Wow,
Easily.
that's
Don't make
crazy.
me cry.
And every time we did something, it just kind of took off and went, some places.
So what was that like? I know you, I've heard some of the stories, but let's tell everybody else, what was it like working with these guys when you first started versus taking pictures of everybody and doing all
well,
let's hear a little bit of that.
Well, first, I wish Travis was here because he has that mobster accent. We met at a coffee shop and he was like, "Let me just tell you what we do. Here it is." And And he was like, I've heard what you do. I've studied what you do. And I know you can help us. So let's go. He was like, this is the marketing thing. It's my call. We're doing it. And let's just see if it works. If it doesn't work, we're going to stop. I said, absolutely. Let's go. So we go in and I was like, hey, Josh, I'm Marie. And you're like, yeah, whatever.
Keep me off the pictures. Like, I don't want any.
And I was like, I'm going to take your picture. And you're like, you can go F yourself. You're not.
I said, no, I'm not really the face of it. I think we should have the old man be the face of it.
Yes. And even Lynn was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want my picture taken. And so what changed? How did you go from not wanting your picture taken to now it's just so fun and it's so easy.
It actually turned out to be fun.
Yeah, I think it's just being comfortable. You know, like the first probably 6-8 months we were open, I was never out in the front. Like, didn't want to handle that aspect of it. I've been a cattle guy or raising animals or working construction all my life. Like, people to people stuff wasn't my thing unless you were throwing a hard hat at somebody to get their attention. Like,
right.
So, you know, over the counter wasn't anything I was ever wanted to do or was ever think I would be even good at. And then finally, I think it was Dad one day basically grabbed me by the cuff of the shirt and was like, you're going out front. You need to learn how to handle this thing from, you know, from the start up in the morning to the shutdown at night and everything in between.
Yeah.
So realizing it was necessary to be not necessarily be the face, but have that person to person interactions and things like that. And
because I mean, not everybody's personalities hit with every customer.
For sure.
You know?
And they come in and you know who they're looking for when they come in. Whether they're looking for Josh or Travis or myself, when they walk through the door, you know who they're coming to see. You know?
Yeah, it's a oh, hang on a second, he's in the back, let me go grab him.
Yeah.
You know, type of aspect.
Yeah. Ma's in her chair, going over there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to stand up or wait in my chair until someone says, hey, have you been helped?
Yes.
Yeah, and it is a family atmosphere, you know, and we try to keep it that way. I think it makes it more comfortable, relaxing for the people when they come in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we try to learn stuff about our customers, you know. Hey, how the kid's sports doing, or how's your mom doing after her surgery or something like that. And I think it just kind of draws in that, just that family feel.
Yeah.
You know, would you rather go there or would you rather go someplace that doesn't do that? You know, it's kind of one of those deals, you know, it's, I don't know if you call it customer service or just caring about what you do, or, you know, I don't even know where you'd put it in a spectrum.
Yeah. And that's like Cooper said, that's our business model. You just care about the people, you love the people, and you market so they do well. It's not how much are they paying. It's never about the money. It's just about
it's the
help their
hello and
business.
thank you when you get, you know, when you
Heck
start
yeah.
and finish.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, and
exactly
the
what
thing,
it is.
yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that it is customer service, but it's an elevated customer service. Like, you know, this is customer service that is bringing an experience, right? It's an experience, like you said earlier. One of you said earlier, it's an experience when you walk in the door. You know, it feels like family. And so I think that in this day and age, with the way things are, so many people are looking for that experience. You know, so I think yes, it is customer service in a very broad term, but what we're all talking about here is an elevated sense of it, and it's an experience, and it's because
And
we
doing
actually
it
care about the
best you
customer.
can do and showing people that you really care.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it's, you know, you look at the building when you first get there and you said, what can they be doing in there? You know, and then
Right.
when the people get inside the door, it's that wow factor. Like, you know, what can we do to help you?
Right.
I'm not sure. I knew when I came in, but I'm not sure now. And that's the way you want to keep it. You know, you want to keep them on the edge of their, you know, just where they're almost there, but not quite, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you
I
got it.
love when people come in for the first time. I've seen it hundreds of times now because I'm there a lot. And I love it. And I eat there, but not there, but well, no, I do. Monique, well, anyway.
Yeah.
There's always snacks. But to watch someone walk in the door and their eyes, like you said, they've never seen meat cases set out like that. with that type of quality. They've never said or had someone, or very few of them have been asked, hey, what do you like? Or what do you know? And so so many people say, just tell me what you got.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, it comes down to, even helping somebody pick out a piece of meat. Oh, I don't want too much fat, but I don't like tenderloin. Okay, well, we've got a sirloin, which is going to be a little tougher. You go with a New York strip.
Hey, how do you cook this?
That's a $1 million
That's the number
question.
one question in the shop.
Oh my gosh. And Josh has some culinary skills.
Well, a little bit.
Hey, I mean, it's legit.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like, fine, I'll take it.
I do it all the time.
That's
like,
the one you get, Marie.
as I do most of the cooking for the family, and that is such a hard decision. Like, what the hell am I making for dinner? Come on, like
Number one question in the shop.
Yes, and it's just so great to walk in and be like, Josh.
Number 2 question is,
what's good?
Yeah, what sounds good tonight, Josh? I don't know. I'm gonna go home and eat, steak over rice. Like, that's what I'm having tonight, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't know, just being part of that aspect is pretty cool. Especially with new customers who are solely used to going to a package, looking at it, picking it up, setting it down, whatever they do with it, and then leaving with whatever they bought. This is, hey,
settling for something.
Yeah,
instead of getting what you want.
Yeah.
Right down to, oh, well, that steak's a little too thick. Okay, well, let me go cut you another one.
And that shocks people. Well,
that is great. The people are not used to that. Like you talked about, like they settle for something, and then you can, well, if you don't like it, I can just get you another cut that's a little bit thinner.
Yeah. Or somebody will walk in, oh man, you're out of chili meat. And you'll say, no, we need to make some more. How much do you need?
We like to keep it fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And for people to understand that. And then the ground beef and the ground round, it's fresh ground. Like, it's not just what you get in a package with red dye at a store. Like, there's a process.
There is a process. Yep.
Yeah.
And it starts with quality product, and you have to be really careful what you're doing. Understand where it's coming from. You have to be able to tell people where this meat comes from, how it's handled, who processes it. There's a ton of stuff that goes along with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of the things that really helped us along was we've got a really good distributor. He's like number one on my list anyhow.
Yeah.
And he goes out of his way, and we've always, since we started, have tried to put people around us that are people of action.
Mm-hmm.
When they say something, you're not waiting till the next day. They're on it, and they're getting back to you within, a couple hours. Hey, this is what we can do. This is where it comes from. This is what it's going to cost you. What do you think? And that's the way we like to do business.
Right.
Absolutely. It goes back to that customer service thing. Like, you got a great guy that's working for you too, man. So,
Exactly.
And you're constantly giving him credit. I mean, people who don't even know who Steve is. And every time I'm in the shop, I hear his name.
Yeah.
This isn't like, oh, we do this. It's constantly, Steve is amazing. Steve. And it's just.
I mean, it's give credit where credit's due. I mean, that guy does a lot for us from behind the scenes that nobody knows about, and, and would never understand the countless hours that he spends, coming up with searching for new products for us, or, finding another product that's comparable, especially now with all this COVID stuff and everything that's going on. It's 1 minute you got it, 1 minute you don't. And it's, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And people, I mean, of course, there's a lot of COVID burnout, but do y'all want to give a quick summary in your opinion on what happened last week with the JB?
It's probably what you would call a venture of two different things.
Uh-huh.
You went into a holiday weekend where the meat industry was hacked on a Monday. It's going to make product a little short this week. They got it situated around in a couple, 3 days, which I thought was pretty amazing with what goes on. Then you got the aspect that we went into a holiday on Monday, which is a short kill week for the slaughterhouses and putting the product back out. And that just added to it. So basically what ended up was they were 1 week out of doing any business when they got done.
Wow. But your distributor gave you warning, kind of took care of you. So it's, most of your customers kind of, I don't even know if they noticed.
Right. And a lot of the problem, it's not really a problem. I shouldn't say problem, but a lot of what went into it too was Texas opened back up a month and a half ago. Restaurants started in. Everybody had to get back to full capacity. They're buying and buying and buying. All of a sudden, there's a shortage. I don't know what we're going to do when the rest of the country opens up, because I see what happened when it started here,
Right.
And it's going to be one of them things that you work through.
Right. Right. And that when it comes back to the relationship, you have a good relationship with Steve. You take care of him. He takes care of you. So as far as priority, like you're going to be at the
We're
top.
kind of priority number one with them, actually.
Right.
And that's a really good thing for us. It's a good thing for Decatur, because we have never been out of much of anything. We've always had product.
Yeah.
We've always had what we needed, and they made sure that we got it there. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And the COVID, I mean, sorry to bring that up again, but when you shut the doors and had the drive-through, oh my gosh, like the amount of meat you pushed through there and the line of cars up down on 287, had to get DPS out. I mean, insane.
And there was only 4 of us working that shop at that time.
Yes, because you had not the fear, but like the inspector could come in at any time because you only had a certain amount of square footage with employees. But man, to watch y'all take on that crisis and push out that much meat, it was just incredible.
Oh, it was fun.
Is that the word?
I guess so.
I never see anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, now
in
that
the 30 years that I've been in the meat business, I never seen anything like it. And I've seen shortages, gas shortages, and stuff like that. But that's just the darnest thing I ever see.
Yeah, and people calling, I need 300 pounds of ground beef. Well,
you're like, so do we.
You can have 10.
There is a limit. Do you have, so I do their social media. I love it. I tell everyone it is my favorite account because you're just so special and dear to me. And I just love the business. I love what you do for the community. Do you have any posts that stand out or any favorites? Or can you even remember?
Mine would be Jen Robinson.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of built a business together.
Oh yeah.
With her business and our business, and that's the way you build a business. You get a couple, 3 businesses, and you get them together, and you help one another out, and you drive one another, and you push one another. And she's kind of the type of gal that you can. She came. I was in New York when the boys met her. Josh called me on the phone. He says, "Dad, you got to get down here." He says, "I got something you got to tend to."
I said, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not even remotely close. Like
you're talking the measurements, like she had so many meals.
And then
it's not even, it's the, what would you call it? Wholesale aspect to it. Like I was just, I mean.
And her not really knowing exactly what she wanted to do. And we didn't know exactly what we could get for her to help her, how she wanted to do it, But it was, from the first time I met her, it was just like we clicked,
Yeah.
And she's a go-getter. She's another person that, she started out and she just wanted to do, this is what I got. And I said, no. I said, I don't see it there. It's going to be bigger than that. And I said, I see that you've got something in the back of your mind. And I knew she had some sort of a dream, is what I call it. And she went for it, And if you don't go for it, I always say, if you don't go for your dreams, you're lazy because you let them get away from you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to write that down.
That's just the way it is.
And
it's a dream.
You don't care what other people think.
No. Not from the, I heard Cason say that a couple of weeks ago. If you're going to start something, you can't worry about what other people think. And I preach that to these kids here. And I told them that even if they come in and they say it directly to you, to your face, I don't care.
You don't.
You know, I know what I'm going to do, and I know how I want it done, and
It
really,
affects me about, nah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh, you don't like
I'll
that?
listen to it and I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just throw it away when it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. And if you listen to it and you take it to heart, you'll never go where you want to go.
Oh, goodness gracious. You'll eat
Absolutely.
yourself up,
Mm.
And I mean, with Jen, I've got the upwards most respect for her. And the same thing with you, Marie, with
Mhm.
starting these businesses and just kind of being like, here we are.
Yeah, no one's doing this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly right.
And that's kind of how we got our start. Dad basically looked around Decatur and was like, it's big enough to have a meat market and it needs one. So it was kind of one of those see a need, fill a need,
Mhm.
And it wasn't coming here to get rich. It was coming here to give a good product, a good service, quality,
Yeah.
Right.
because this area lacked that, and it's just, it's just one of the things that you knew that it was going to take off and go.
Right.
And we were really cautious on how we did things too.
Well, I give you credit constantly for improvement in my health journey. People who travel with me or eat with me, I'm just super picky, and I was really sick because of celiac, and I had to totally take control of my health and just eat what was good for me. And to heal, it was meat, and it was good meat. And when I was trying to get my bees up, I would eat so much steak. I mean, I would come in and buy steak 3 or 4 times a week, and people thought I was buying it for my kids, and I wasn't. I was eating steak for lunch and dinner, and you saw me eat that 10
Oh yeah, I know it. I was impressed. I was impressed by the amount of steaks you could put down. Yeah.
But I mean, because of the quality of the food, I had not had it. I haven't had good meat like that, and just mixing that with vegetables totally turned my health around. So simple, such a simple thing, but I'm so grateful for it, and tell people about it all the time.
Well, I think that's I think it's an important point here for the community of Decatur. Like I'm from Paradise originally, born and raised, several generations of Wise County, and so when Decatur started to grow, it started on 287, and it's the way that it is now, plus a few more. But it was fast food restaurants popping up here. That's kind of how I started to realize, okay, things are changing, things are growing. There's all these fast food places, and the super center, the Walmart went in. So it was kind of always geared towards that lack of quality. So for people like you guys, for people like Jen Rob to step in and start bringing that awareness and that attention for the quality and like you, Marie, being healthy and taking those extra steps for the quality and a healthier choice, is super important in our community, I think, right now, in the direction that the world kind of has gone, but to see this kind of changing and there's more dialogue around it, I think that's a really cool thing. So, props to all of you guys for helping, that around here in our community.
And just recently, and we don't have to talk about this much if you don't want to, but just recently y'all struggled with it, but you had to raise the price just a little. But what I respected so much that you didn't raise the price of ground beef, because that affects the people who really need it the most.
Exactly.
And it's one more thing made me cry. Like, how thoughtful for you to think about what people need and when they need it. And you could have just raised everything. You could have gouged people during COVID.
We
and
could
you
have
didn't.
done it from the day COVID started.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I said it to the boys. I said, we should just jack the heck out of everything, work 5 months, drop this and go do something else.
Yeah.
We could do it. I said, you're going to see a lot of people do it. And we just worked through it. And
I mean, it didn't give any, stability doing that to the community. I mean, that's what, we're here for, is to help the community and help the folks around us. And, anything that like we can do to help somebody is, basically one of our main priorities.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Warm. And we don't ever post it. We don't talk about it, but warm Meals on Wheels. Lynn and I went door to door, just handing hot Thanksgiving meals to people. We didn't even ask. And some of the looks on their faces, you could tell like they didn't know if they were going to get their meal and it was just
Priceless.
priceless,
Absolutely.
life changing. And you're there cooking.
I'm
Like-
delivering meals next year because cooking 30 turkeys and a whole bunch of ham and brisket and whatever else we cooked.
No. Yeah, delivering is where it's at. And you don't even ask. Not once did he say,
But you got to realize that was all Patty's idea.
yes,
Right.
yes,
You know,
yes.
that was her there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. And then, how many meals was that? Do we even know? It was over 350. Was it
yeah,
4?
Yeah, probably in the 400 area.
Yeah, 400 or 500.
Yeah.
I would say it was well over 400 and maybe just less than 500 with it.
That was such a great day, and I was so happy to be a part of it. And not one time did any of us say, "This is from Wise Choice Custom Meats." No, not once. We didn't make a big deal. We didn't post a lot about it. We didn't say, "Hey, make sure you tag us in that," because that wasn't why we were doing it.
No.
Yeah. It was. I love it.
It's great.
One more thing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about something funny. So I got in trouble one time with Patty.
Oh man, you've been in trouble
Well,
from Patty?
actually, she blamed it on the brothers first. She didn't even think it was me.
Oh,
Did you?
man.
What did she say about the wieners?
Oh, goodness gracious. That was, there's one post for you that I opened up and I was like, I don't know how well this one's going to go over. Actually, I think I was the first one to see it because I called and I was like, Dad, did you see what Marie put up?
And my reaction was, she's the one that can get away with it.
If there's anybody that could get away with it, it's Marie. So, yeah.
But Ma, she went to the boys. She was like, "Who the heck made her do that? Who?"
Yeah, Mom was after us
She has
too.
free reign.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I'm calling you to let you know that it's on there.
Yeah, and I think it was a cartoon hot dog, and it either said, "Have you tried our wieners?" or what did it even say?
I think it was like,
Can't remember.
Show me your
Yeah,
wiener.
show us your wiener or something like that.
And then all these people started commenting, saying, "Oh, I had it on Friday, best hot dog I've had in my life." Like, no
Yeah, try this.
Yeah.
Eat it with that.
recipes, pictures of their hot dog, So it went into this engaging post, and then the people, you got the kips, and they're like dying. And then also I did one sausage party. I did the case. And sure enough, "Oh, have you tried the blueberry? It's so good." But I've only been turned down on one post, and we won't talk about that. But I'll get it in there one day.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, but I just love that y'all trust me. You don't have to think about it. It's fun. I showed up one day, and you and Gary had Christmas ornaments and your beards with tights and
Yes.
Yeah, I think I was in like Nicole's Christmas ugly sweater and like my daughter's tights because that's the only thing that had like reindeer or something on it.
it was
That's
tight.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was tight. It was tight. And Lynn, I think you've kind of enjoyed a little bit being a celebrity. Do you enjoy it a little bit?
I do at times.
Yes, he does.
I do at times that there's times that I like things to myself, and it's kind of hard to, get that sometimes, where you can just step back. Feel like you got to go hide someplace once in a while.
Yeah.
But I came down here not knowing that we were really going to do the business that we were going to do, hoping that we would, knowing that we could do it, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to make sure that there's this communication between you and your customers and the people that you're getting ready to know. And I do enjoy it. Yeah, at times, but there's other times
he's social
where,
media gold.
I mean, I know.
This
like,
man
I know.
right here,
I
and he has
know.
our hat on. Like,
I know he's got our hat on right now. Like
I mean,
we got,
now our company's gonna make it.
so
He's
this is
here with our
influencer.
hat on.
We're influencer marketing.
Yes.
He's our influencer right now. So, no, it's fun though. But Marie was like, no, when these guys, we just talked about it. They were not about being on camera, but I see all their posts, and you guys are hilarious, and it's fun to watch. And
I mean,
glad you opened up.
If you take anything from it, it's be yourself.
Yeah.
With everything that you do. Like if you're running a business, just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Show that you care.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, take care of the customer, show that you care. And at the end of the day, be who you are. Don't try to be somebody you're not. I mean, you can for a little while, 6-8 months, but it's all going to come back to who you really are.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, so you might better just show people who you really are and just, you know, let them know, hey, we're nothing but a, you know, we'll break your balls when you walk through the door. And, you know, it's all in fun and games,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and that's the whole family aspect of it. Yeah.
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 You know, we're normal here, and if if we get to know you pretty well, we're gonna bust your balls when you walk in the door.
Yeah,
I love
you
it.
know.
I love it. Yeah.
And then
And you better be
you
having
got other
ag-
customers that come in and they're ready for it. And they got you.
Yeah, they got
They've been
ready.
practicing.
They've got their own ammunition. They're ready.
Their mind is going, I'm going to the meat shop.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Or they just want to come talk politics, or who knows?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You never know.
The conversations you hear.
I
in the
mean,
meat
football
shop.
season's always fun because, you know, everybody's Cowboys fans and they found out that we're, you know, New York Jets fans and Giants fans. So it's kind of,
yeah.
you know, oh, did you see this? And I'm like, I don't even watch the sport anymore. Like,
You don't have
You
time.
gotta be kidding me. You're in football country and you don't watch it?
yeah.
Yeah, I try to keep myself busy.
We're kind of busy here.
So I catch the highlights just so I can have something conversate with people, you know, and it's kind of just making those little adjustments that, you know, makes the whole thing.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You know, and I
Yeah.
think another aspect that we really like about it too is the kids when they come in.
Yeah.
You know,
Love the kids.
they just there's no rules. You know, they come in, they do what they want.
You have that
If you've
tractor.
got a Christmas tree set up, it's usually got something on it. They head for it. The lollipop jars always, well, most of the time full.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking
You
one
know,
day, I wonder how many lollipops you've handed out. You don't even ask the parents if it's okay. You go straight to the kids and they
Mhm.
love you. They interact with you. It's so sweet.
Or they're coming in, they're looking for it, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'll put it in a different spot just so, to see if and they're there, you know, like we had one come in today and his dad said he couldn't wait to get here. You know?
My nephews love it. They just stand at the corner waiting. Like,
You know, or it's, you know, the one kid that comes in and is, hey, where's the old guy in the hat? I want to say hi. Or, you know, just that kind of thing that you know, and we never tell anybody, like if I'm going back to dad, I'm not like, oh, you know, so-and-so's out there, they want to say hi. It's always, hey, somebody's out front for you, you know, so he gets you know, everybody gets their own surprise on who wants to see him.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
there's nothing better than some, you know, 4 or 5-year-old kid giving you a high five and being like, hey, how's everything running and this and
So
that, you know, and
sweet.
you're sitting there engaging with with a kid.
yeah. And I mean, the moms, what a relief it is. Because usually you got one on your hip, they're crying, they're screaming, you're trying to pick out dinner. It's a stressful situation. And for their kids to want, you know, that's, you know, people, it's just one more reason to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy when your kids want to go someplace,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and want to interact with people, and you can kind of go do your shopping real quick, and you know, we're over there stuffing them full of candy and giving them tummy yummies. I
Yes.
mean, that's what we do.
Sugar them up, send them home.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not my problem.
See you later. See you next time.
See you next time.
They
That's
leave
right.
happy, so they're not a problem.
Yeah.
And Lynn, we have a dance, or we have a photo coming out soon. We won't give anything away, but as soon as the recital comes, we have a nice little with those little girls. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to post it. Did you even see it? Have you
No,
seen
no.
it? Oh yeah.
I'm the last one to know,
I'm
like
waiting.
always.
I'm waiting patiently, but that should drop soon. Oh, I do want so this podcast, we're kind of surprised like how many people are listening and how many young people are listening. So that's marketing aspect that I keep missing. Like what do you want? Like 20?
It's that 20 to like 31-year-old range.
Yeah.
That we're missing. And I don't know if it's because they're just not cooking and it's easier to go out and eat, or, you know, what it is
Mm-hmm.
with it. I don't know. I guess if I was 22 and
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I mean, it has to come down to a lot of it, you know, just being young and, you know, that college age, especially those early 20s. You're not really like staying home and cooking, but I really think that this is the area that it could change, that you could reach those people to say, hey, it's really cool to like, be on the grill, and if you're 21 and plus, older, and you're in your mid 20s, to have a glass of wine, have a beer while you're out grilling, and some good cuts, and get to know your good cuts.
They're
and
having barbecues.
yeah, well, they're having parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess I'm old.
That's never stopped. That hasn't changed.
They're
whatsoever.
having parties, but you could up your game in the party realm if you can get some solid meat that you're grilling out, and you learn how to do it right, and you learn what you're doing. That could really do it. But I think if you keep plugging it away, and there's certain things that we can do on social to kind of help that out too. But I think this is the area that you could start reaching that demographic. If it's marketed correctly.
Yeah.
And
I've started pushing Instagram real hard. LinkedIn. About to push LinkedIn. All the college kids are on LinkedIn, which sounds crazy to say out loud, but they are. They're listening to this. So like maybe if they say, hey, I heard it on the podcast, maybe like a 5% discount or something. I don't know. I don't want to throw out discounts.
Can somebody like for 5 seconds explain to me what LinkedIn is?
Okay, so okay. Okay, so
like just so we know where.
Oh no, Lynn.
Just so I know where we're pushing stuff.
Lynn,
Yeah.
what's LinkedIn?
Yeah.
He was that president, wasn't he?
That's awesome. That's great. So LinkedIn is another one of these social media platforms, right? And it started originally for jobs. Lots of people were getting on, and it was a business, platform. So you put on your headshot, your business headshot, your professional headshot, and you put on your resume. And it was a place for businesses that were looking to hire to get on and find people. It's basically like the Facebook for business side of things. And then over the years, it's stayed around. It's changed. It's evolved a whole lot. And so right now there's people that are posting videos up, and there's businesses that are talking about their business. There are individuals talking about themselves and what they do as their profession. So kind of right now it's a really hot spot for organic growth. You can throw up a video about who you are and what you do, and say you only have like 50 friends on there. You're only connected to 50 people on there. You throw up a video and do a couple of hashtags, and sooner or later 500 people has seen it. So that's what I mean by organic growth. These are people that are outside of your network that are seeing your stuff. So right now they're comparing it to Facebook 2012 and the business aspect of Facebook business pages, where it was just so much organic reach. And so that's where LinkedIn is right now. I like to, so for a lot of our clients that are in the business to business, the B2B aspect of it, as far as, because that's where all the businesses are, because they're looking for people, they're looking for employees, they're looking at resumes. But so much of the younger crowd is on there, but also so much of these larger corporations are on there. So it's just big melting pot right now of just a whole bunch of content that's being discovered, and a lot of people are growing at a very fast rate and a very organic rate. So if you guys have any plans to start doing some business to business types of things, that's a great place to be, but it's also a great place to be if you want to, in the B2C realm, to meet that younger crowd, because they're all going there for their college resumes and try to be discovered by these larger corporations.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've been, well, my kid's in college, so it's not like I purposely hang out with college kids. I don't want to make it sound like that, but they're around because they're my kids. And so many times they'll say, oh my gosh, I got to check my LinkedIn. And they all pick up their phones and check into LinkedIn. I'm like, what is going on? That's so crazy. So anyway, we're starting a Wise Choice Custom Ink LinkedIn because the area is growing. Your business is probably going to grow, right?
We hope.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, same with ours. Like we're in this area of growth. It's here. People said it's coming. Well, guess what? It's here. Houses, neighborhoods, all this stuff. And like, how many new customers do you think you see a week, Lynn? Any guesses? People that haven't been there.
50.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say.
Wow.
25 to 50.
That's
that's impressive.
crazy.
Every week.
Yeah.
And that's probably the ones that we catch, and who knows who's actually been in there.
Because we're kind of getting away from the front end, the two of us ourselves, which is not a good thing, but it is in our aspect because we're doing the other things that we need to do and to push the business. And, you have to keep an eye on a lot of different stuff to make sure that everything is where you want it when it goes out.
Yeah.
out the door.
And while we're there, I know Marie, you do a good job of introducing, the staff and who people are going to say. I've got bugs flying around over here. I probably should have showered before I came in today, maybe. No, but I know you do a good job of introducing the employees and the staff over there. But like to his point, they're taking a step back from the front of the house operations to do some of the things on the back end and some bigger things and projects. So who are some people that may have caught these like 50 to 25 new people or whoever was missed, per week? Who's in there? Who's in there that they might have talked to?
I know, but you can.
Or you guys can do it too.
Josh, who do you think?
So I think Connor catches a lot of them in Aubrey.
Yeah.
Like that. I kind of gave those two the task of, hey, if you see new customers or you hear of new customers and I'm not out there or Dad's not out there, please take them around, tell them what we're about, tell them,
Spend some time.
Just take the time with them, because in this fast-paced age that we live in with, any type of knowledge at the touch of a button in your hand, the 3 minutes of showing somebody the case and explaining where it comes from and what it actually is and, trying to figure out
why
what
something looks the way it does.
Yeah,
Right.
This, that, and the other thing with it, a lot of people are just so grateful and thankful. You hear it all the time. Hey, thanks for taking the time. You didn't have to do that. And we try to do it with every brand new customer that's coming in, as long as we know that they're new customers, like that. Yeah. The person that slides in on a Saturday is a little tough because it's pretty extreme in there with, the amount of people that we see and everything like that. But even then it's, hey, Mom does a great job if she's in there. She'll show them around the case, or, it's just hang on a second. I'll make sure I get somebody for you that can show you around and explain to you what you're looking for or knows what you're looking for.
Yeah. Here's a basket.
Yeah. It's all those little things.
And one of the toughest things with the businesses, I think, is to sell somebody something that they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
It's, they come in, they think they know what they want. They see what we've got on the inside of that place, and they're dumbfounded. They just come to a halt.
What I've seen is, the women that are buying stuff kind of get overwhelmed really easy, and the guys just come in and it's like a kid at main event. They come in the door and they're new and it's just you can't even keep up with them. So it's
you have this, you have bison, you have what? You have alligator? Exactly. You have what?
Yeah. And it's really cool to see, just the the surprised look on people's faces, or like that, because like you said earlier, you look at the outside of it and you're like,
it's an old KFC for sure.
Quite literally.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is, but you go in once and you'll be back. And I heard someone at the golf tournament, it was Yates, he was like, man, those people, they're from New York and they're just real.
They're real.
You know who you're talking to, and then you know what you're getting. And I love that family.
Yeah, Yates McCurdy, everyone.
Yes.
Shout out to Yates McCurdy.
And that's number one on the list when we hire somebody. Do not tell somebody something that you don't know about.
Nice.
If you do not know something is what it is,
hey, I'm new. Let me go get somebody that can answer this for you.
Yeah.
And I will hang them out to dry.
Yeah.
They're talking to a customer and they're telling them something that's not true, or they don't know that for a certain fact. I'll say, how do you know that?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they don't
tell
do
them
it
how
again.
you know that.
Call them out. Yeah, call them out.
Yeah, and on a marketing standpoint, we're going to start really making sure people know who Connor is. Like the other day, I went in and he just stole my phone. A little butthead.
Yeah, you've got great content.
And he just took a bunch of selfies with my phone. And I loved seeing you at the concert. we really missed the two of you, Lynn and Pat, but because it was raining and it was a mess. But you brought the younger people and you all stayed together. They didn't like run off and play with their friends, not play, but hang out. It was wise choice. Those kids could have gone anywhere and you were there enjoying it as a company and kind of like as a family.
And the thing about it is we were all standing around and they're like, oh, I know this person, I know that person. And I'm like, go. Like,
it's
like
okay.
you're 21. Like,
I know.
I'd have been sweatshirt off in the middle of the crowd. You know?
I know. Aubrey's birthday, we celebrated 21 at the butcher, and she was like, "That was the best part of my day."
Like,
That's so cool.
and not she had her mom took her out, which was awesome, and she had great things that went on that day. But just we made a big deal about it at the shop.
It's
because it is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, and once you get sucked in your family, and it's just that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, oh, it's a blessing. And I'm like, are you sure it's not a curse? Like,
I can verify it is not a curse. My life has done nothing but improve since I've known you. And my dad lives up in Amarillo, my sister in Houston. Like, my family is everywhere. And yes, I'm married into a great family and they are wonderful. But y'all, I know you would do anything for me. If I needed anything, I could pick up the phone and you would be right there in less than 5 minutes. Our support. Patty is my biggest support of my life. I just can't. People say, how do you know Patty? And I say, well, she's my best friend. Well, no, she's like my mom. She's my support. I mean, and same with you. Like, I told people, I was like, if Lynn was ever upset with me, I would fall on the ground. I would not be able to function if you were ever disappointed in me or upset with me ever. And I told Kevin,
it's not that bad. Trust me. It's really not that
I know
bad.
you're
You get over that in a while.
Yeah, Josh.
Believe me, there's people who will
Trust me,
tell you that.
I know it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
I hope I never. Seriously, and like I was talking to Kevin Holzbog at the golf tournament, and I said that family, I would walk through fire for that family, literally. Like just I love y'all so much. Your restaurant is good, but you're just so important to me, and I love you. I love you all so much.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah, that's
Sorry to get that touchy feely.
No, you're
no, it's great.
We feel the same.
Yeah,
a beautiful
it's
thing.
The same,
Yeah.
It's the same back at you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Oh, I like that marketing point too, is introducing like their staff and letting people, making sure people know who they are on the social media front. I have an idea with an education informational, hey, some people just don't know what do they want to do, what they can do, how to cook this, but we could do some tips. We could do some short little video tips, or like what that could be something that we work on.
Yeah.
We can moving forward with them to help you guys out and maybe team up with you guys and like just to teach people like what's going on up here, what cuts of meats and what you can do for dinner and how to prepare it and what you should look for.
Yeah.
I like it.
And really, it's 15 minutes. A lot of it's 15, 20 minutes. You're done.
Yeah.
Half hour,
Yeah.
you're sitting down having a really nice little lunch or dinner, and it's all good for you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
which it's fast food, but it's healthy.
Exactly.
And I think the biggest question for people is, what part of the cow does this come from?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're up here and you're like, oh, it comes out of the front shoulder or the ribs or this. So I've got to figure out
Right
something.
under the tail.
Yeah. What's picanha? How many picanhas do you have, Lynn? What's the Thursday special?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Everyone go in and ask for hands. Oh, man. All right. Well, do you have anything else?
I mean, I don't have anything coming, like to the top of the head right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I will. We do plan on doing a video once Jen gets her kitchen open, because she's grown enough. She now has her industrial kitchen being built at her home, because she's up to 300 and something meals. It's crazy.
She's rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Super proud of
She's
her. It's
killing
awesome.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I know
It is really awesome.
Yeah. So be on the lookout.
It's
for
kind
that.
of watching somebody's dream come true, and I like to, it's a real good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. and know that y'all were a part of it and you helped each other along the way. It's a great story. And then Patty wants us to go up to New York to do a documentary of how it all started.
Let's go, me and you,
right?
Patty. We can go. I got the camera. Let's go.
I know everyone up there. If I haven't met him yet, I know him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your wedding photos.
Mine?
Well, you're going up there for a wedding soon.
Not your wedding.
Yeah.
Not his wedding.
No.
No, Nicole. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much for coming.
No, thanks for having us.
Thanks for being such a great business.
This has been great.
Yep.
Yeah, super fun. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks
It's
for
been a
signing our
blast.
door.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that's it. So we're going to sign off here. Michael, hit the outro music. You are the man. Thank you so much.
Michael.
Again, everyone, thanks for being here. This is Branded Film and Media Podcast. We are signing off. Thank you so much. Catch you next time.